Hello good people, this is Sherry Shine with Sherika Originals. Today I'm going to show you how I use my Glowforge to make these faux cabochons and then turn those into rings and bracelets. I'm using acrylic from 3 different sources: Craft Closet, Custom Made Better, and CMs Acrylic. For my project, I'm using 1/8 inch acrylic, so I'm going to double what I'm using. So on this ice glaze acrylic, I'm going to put a mirror acrylic under it to see how that looks. And the other acrylics that are solid, I'm going to put a piece of clear acrylic. So, but both pieces are going to be 1/8 inch acrylic. I'm gluing them together with E6000. I want to give my faux cabochons a sort of a rounded edge because, as you know, the real thing has a rounded. So I'm using UV resin on the top of them. You could use 1 coat if you want a more rounded edge. Let 1 coat dry and then put another coat over it. For mine, I'm using only 1 coat, except on one of them. I use my mini torch to get rid of any air bubbles that I have.
This has mirror acrylic on it.
This acrylic is called Crystal Ice Glitz, and I wanted to see how it would look if I added some more sparkles to it. It's already got sparkles, so let's see how this works. Now that my cabochons are dry, I'm going to make the bracelet part. I'm using 12 gauge aluminum wire. So I'm just deciding which colors of wire I'm going to use with which color of cabochon. I'm quite pleased with the way that my acrylic cabochons look with the UV resin on them. This is the one that I added the sparkles to. Each one has 2 layers of 1/8 inch acrylic. Most of them have clear acrylic on the back. I wanted to make a couple of rings, so I took a 1-inch circle and put 2 holes in it on opposite ends of the circle so that I could put wire through it to turn it into a ring. I have about 12 inches of wire, and I'm going to insert each end of the wire through the back of my cabochon, and then I'm going to wrap it around the ring mandrel to turn it into a ring. I slide the cabochon to about the middle of the wire that I have. This 20 gauge wire is kind of stiff, so it's a little bit more challenging to manipulate. I cross the wires around the back and then I twist it once or twice. I'm going to use my ring mandrel to size it and to wrap the wires around at the size that I want. I'm going to wrap the wires around the mandrel about 4 times. With the wire that I have left, I'm going to make little curly cues and wire wrap them and fold them over the front of the cabochon. After lots of fumbling and lots of manipulating, I finally have something that I'm happy with. So here's my ring. The wires in the back, I decided that I wanted to secure them, so I take a small piece of wire and wrap it around the center of the wires in the back to secure them and make it look nicer. This is the other ring that I made. I used 16 gauge wire on it, and I don't like it as much as the one that I used the 20 gauge wire on. I cut 3 feet of 12 gauge aluminum wire. Take your round nose pliers and go to the middle of your 3 feet of wire. You're going to fold one end of the wire up and over, and then the other end of the wire you're going to fold in the opposite direction, making like an S. Now you're going to wind the wire around each other. One is going to follow the other one. Wrap one around and then wrap the other one around, and keep doing that until you get to about the size of a quarter. Now you're going to make your design for the wrist part. So you're just going to fold up and around, and then go the other way, fold up and around, and then get smaller as you get to closer to the end of your wire. At the very end of your wire, you're going to leave about 1 inch, and you're going to make a curlicue. So take your round nose pliers and just go around in a little spiral. I'm using my rubber blocks to do what we call work hardening. When you work with aluminum wire, it's pretty soft. So when you hammer it with the rubber, it hardens it. Makes it more sturdy. I'm using my bracelet mandrel to shape it. You don't necessarily have to have this, just anything that is the shape or the size of the arm that you want to fit. Now I'm going to glue my cabochon onto my wire using E6000. let the glue dry. Takes about an hour or so. I do basically the same thing with my blue, although with my wire I twist it and then I do the up and down, so it looks a little bit different. So this is another way to make bracelets and rings using your Glowforge with wire, 12 gauge wire and with 20 gauge wire. So good people, this is Sherry Shine. If you like this video, we ask that you subscribe, that you like and share. Leave us a message letting me know which one do you like the best, which color do you like the best, which acrylic you like the best. We have the information about where we got the acrylic, and we thank you so much for watching, and let us see what you do. If you make some of these, let us see. We'd love to see what people do with these videos. Well, this is Sherry Shine with Sherika Originals Handcrafted Gifts. As always, be blessed.